What's going on, people? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Aiden, and today we're finally starting Black Sails. Honestly, I've heard about this show for quite a while. A lot of people say it's really good. So it's about time we get around to it. Obviously, this was a recommendation from quite a few people, one of them being a Patreon member, Kayla. I'm going into the show fairly blind, actually. I don't really know much about it, other than it is a pirate-themed show. Just before starting this reaction, I did watch a spoiler-free review, and the girl on there said pretty much to take your time, and it can be quite difficult to get through the first half of season 1. I mean, to be honest, that seems to be the case with most shows anyway. It takes a while to kind of, find your rhythm with it. Obviously, they're going to have to introduce quite a lot of characters, I imagine. Apparently, the characters are a mix between real-life pirates and made-up fiction. So it's going to be interesting to see how they kind of interlink that. Before the reaction starts, if you're interested in watching the full-length reactions to Black Sails and any of the things that I do, then head on down to my Patreon, which is in the description. I'm trying to get these a few episodes ahead on there as well, so check it out, and there will probably be a few more for you to watch if you're interested, or if you don't. Voice rack. Alright, let's get going. So I'm looking forward to seeing some of the action scenes here. These naval battles. Be really cool, I imagine.
Sir, she is still closing. We simply cannot outrun her.
We must surrender while we still can.
Gun crews at the ready! Gun crews at the ready!
So I don't know how gruesome they're going to go with it. A cannonball to the face is going to do a lot of damage.
What are you doing? Oh, sorry.
Oh, this is the main guy, isn't it? Is that John Silver, or whatever his name is?
Yeah? You too?
I'm no coward, I'm a cook. I've no quarters to man. What do you think the captain would do if he found out you've abandoned yours?
Well, if he's dead and I'm alive, I like my chances.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't the type of battle you want to really be in, right? There's going to be a lot of casualties on both ends. Especially being out at sea as well. As soon as you're overboard, you're dead. Actually, it is. That's what I mean, absolutely shattered. Jesus. It's whipped up.
What is that?
Yeah. He did steal it as page from the book, wasn't it? So is he working with the enemy? See, it's definitely more gruesome than Parts of the Caribbean. This ain't gonna go well. The pirates, absolutely vicious people. I mean, who screeches like that? Who's not a psychopath? So I don't really know the story behind Treasure Island. No, is that a powder keg? No, oh god. Oh god. Yeah. Jesus. That's wiped out half the fleet. That was a crazy intro to the show. A lot of combat. But I suppose that's kind of what I wanted from the show, to be honest. I mean, these pirates are very rough and tumble anyway. Seeing how they got to interact with the world. It's almost like how the outlaws are in Red Dead Redemption 2. That society is moving on from them. And it's only a matter of time for them to lose their power in the world. They're pretty much just holding on to their life as long as possible. See, I'm not sure there's any other shows kind of like this that are pretty good, pirate related. I know Taboo, which only had one season, was pretty fun to watch. But like the tea and sugar trade, wasn't it? Tom Hardy. Oh god, he's there. Forgot about this guy.
He couldn't handle the thought of what you might do to him. I, on the other hand, would very much like to join your crew. My name is John Silver, and I happen to be a very good cook.
Taking on a new identity. It is such a strange life. Living on the boats. Just raiding, pillaging, raping.
Total tally 400. 5, if we manage to sell the tobacco. Cameron's broken his arm. Duffy's been shot in the leg. After injury payments, we will net just under $8 per man.
$8. The crew will not be happy.
When are they ever?
Mr. Duffy is
Okay,
dead.
scour the boat. It's around there
He removed
somewhere.
the leg, but he lost too much blood.
I mean, to be fair, that kind of probably increases the the earnings per person. It's not nice, but it's probably the truth. For them, they probably prefer it that way.
You get the cook. It's all the ship can afford right now.
I told you I don't have it.
I mean, it's going to quickly find out that his cooking probably isn't up to scratch. But then again, I imagine these rough guys don't really need much more than a slop on their plate.
No one gets any special treatment from you of any kind. No extra rations, no preferences in cuts of meat. Not for me, not for the quartermaster, not for the captain. Here, everyone is equal, all right? Even
So that's going to be difficult. So I imagine he's probably going to get a lot of people coming to him, wanting that food. It's like the only thing they're working for, really. Getting $8 a piece. So on an individual scale, it doesn't mean much, but if everyone's asking. So I wonder what's actually on the schedule that's so important that needs to be stolen. So where is this based then? No, it said the Indies, West Indies, isn't it? But where's that? It definitely does fit the atmosphere of a pirate themed show. Your huts and palm trees.
What's going on? Who wants to meet me?
Blackbeard.
Blackbeard. Oh god. So I do know his name from the history books. This ain't gonna go well, is it? I mean, isn't this guy very gruesome in his methods?
You're
Right.
not Blackbeard.
She is Blackbeard, okay? This is not the Blackbeard I was hoping for. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how I'm supposed to commentate over this. What am I supposed to say? Talk about the volume of a bush, I don't know. I don't know if that's exactly appropriate for YouTube, so... Help me.
But if the mere whiff of the Navy is too much for you, then God bless and get the fuck out.
Fuck yourself, cunt.
Oh. Sounds like she's not one to be trifled with.
Pleased to be in your company. Do you know why?
What's she gonna do?
Because you're an earner. Can I tell you what happens when I stand near an earner? My pussy gets wet.
Okay.
In which case, I will go fuck myself.
Okay. Again, not the interaction I was expecting. I still want to know why he's going after the schedule. What use is it? I mean, it's got to have some kind of useful information on there. I mean, yeah, I mean, whose schedule is it actually? If it's spread between 4... I don't know. The West Indies? Is that the Caribbean? I don't know.
A hole for every finger on your hand. But your eyes keep drifting to this.
But you can still walk away.
Bien. Now tell me what it is.
I don't know.
And to be honest, that's probably the real answer. He took it because the original cook wanted it. It was important enough for him to steal it. Then, obviously it means something.
The vote's closer than you think. I know this because I bought back 16 votes today. As of now, Singleton is only up 8 votes. And you and your men hold 9. So,
Captain's fate is in our hands.
in your hands. Your men vote with you.
So vote wrong. It's going to make a massive deal out of all of this. I doubt the captain's going to go down lightly, is he?
And you will pay us, obviously. From the very first prize we'll take.
I assume that went without saying.
So there's a lot more politics going on to being a part of these pirate crews than you probably would have thought originally, right? Now you look onto it, it's all savagery and, you know, going about doing what you want just like outlaws. But there's a lot more to it.
You should keep your distance till I signal you to return for me. If anything should happen and I don't return soon...
I leave.
He's just sneaking onto the captain's boat. Idiot. And now you're trusting a prostitute with that information as well. Because that's going to go well.
Arca de Lima. The largest Spanish treasure galleon in the Americas.
That's going to be a big take. That's why the schedule's so important. Is it finding where the ship is? Or finding where they've taken the treasure?
Do I even want to know?
It's been a long day, but I am up 1 vote. Looks like Flint is safe.
I don't know about that anymore.
Mr. Gates.
Yeah, shit.
When he didn't return, I came looking for him.
There's a bunch of savages, aren't they? No, all of these people. Yeah, you can put on a fancy accent, it doesn't change the fact that that's true. Ah, right.
When the sea grows rough, you come to Max.
Start by cleaning, then move on to riding. I mean, I feel like this has been half the show so far. I don't think there's been a clothed person so far. But the sea view's nice. Honestly, that's my dream right now. I want to go out for a month or two, somewhere, just stay by the sea, in solitude. That's what I'll probably do in a few months' time.
I thought you said you'd deal with this. It fell through. You need to figure out what you're gonna say to him. I don't care about anything I have to say. Well, you need to make him care.
I mean, this is probably the right time to tell him that, yeah, you haven't been that truthful to him, but you've been working towards this big heist worth 5 million. I mean, if he tells them that, he's going to win. Who wants to go on being the swashbuckling type making pennies when you can literally make 5 million split between you all?
For the past few months, you and I have been on the trail of a prize so rich it could upset the very nature of our world. Someone on this crew discovered my plans.
And he knows, oh shit. Is he going to give it? John going to hand it over? Or try and sell it back to him?
Then swords.
Let's do it.
Or perhaps it's better this way.
I mean, you won't really want to be fighting this savage guy anyway. I mean, if the captain dies, you're losing your massive bounty anyway, so... Shit. Shit, oh god. Such a weird world. Sort of cave his face in. Jesus Christ. This is a cannibal. Just had his midnight feast. Is that the missing page? Was it stolen from his pocket, or did he manage to slip it in? Yes, mate. It proved his worth. He's not just the posh shotty that people thought he was. Maybe go for him.
Can I help you?
Perhaps we can help each other. I think I have something you might want to buy.
Okay. Right. Okay, okay. So did that happen beforehand? And the page was transferred over to the other guy? Or does she think it's still up for sale? I don't know. There's different ways that could have went. I suppose it's hard to know at this point, but... Okay, so that was episode 1 of Black Sails. And I'm conflicted. I am conflicted so far. I've got to say, the way it started off, I did really enjoy it. Seeing the naval combat was really cool. I suppose the only other form of media I've seen that has those kind of things would have been, you know, parts of the Caribbean. So obviously it's a different style of entertainment, really, isn't it? See, with Disney. But obviously, yeah, it was pretty damn gruesome with the way some of those pirates ended up dying, or, I mean, at least getting injured. and the mast collapsing, and then the rope completely flipping that person up. I mean, that would be so painful, I'd imagine. You know, one of those ropes breaking would have such a momentum to it. You know, it'd whip your head off, wouldn't it? If you got hit by it in the wrong place. I mean, it's good that they finally, at the end of the episode, told us what that schedule was actually about. I think that was my main issue here, was this whole episode was based around that schedule. And then I know it's hard to be interested in it when I don't know what it is anyway. It's hard to be involved with it when I don't really know what it is. So, you know, there's no investment to them finding it. I mean, I know this is a big issue with a lot of shows, really, where the first few episodes are really heavy in the character and world building. But this episode was definitely filled to the brim with a lot of dialogue, which obviously is fine. But, you know, and I'm not used to the characters' names yet, or the lore to the series in general. You've got a very dialogue-heavy speech going on, and it's hard to stay connected to it when, you know, like I said, you know, there's no investment to these characters yet. You know, I'm wondering, actually, how much of this show am I going to be able to post on YouTube anyway? I mean, half of this episode, there was at least one pair of tits in it, so... even then, I mean, what am I supposed to talk about while that's going on? You know, what about compliment Blackbeard on the volume of a bush? I don't know. I don't know how I'm supposed to add any value to that. I don't know. Don't know, really. I'm going to keep going with it anyway. At least do the first season. Because I've heard a lot of people say, as the seasons progress, it gets so much better. Which, I mean, the same with all shows, really. Once you know the characters and you know the lore, you know, it becomes a lot of fun. You know, it was the same thing with Shadow and Bone, really. Obviously, there was a lot less tits, but it was very story-driven in a world that I didn't understand. But by the end of it, no, I really did enjoy it. Especially with the powers and whatnot. That was very cool. But yeah, as I said during the actual reaction itself, there's a lot of politics that goes on in this kind of lifestyle. Now, when you look at it from an outside perspective, you really only think about the fighting and the pillaging and that sort of thing. No, it's the highs and lows of life, you know, always living for the next thing. But no, there is a lot of politics going on ship to ship and in the ports. Who's bringing in the most money? How are people acting? If they're like the captain or not? It is weird how the captain is based on a voting system. See, I would have thought it'd be more, if you want to become captain, you've got to take the reins, you know. It's like how they do it in the Animal Kingdom. The males will fight, and the winner takes over of the pack, of the pride. But it's cool. Actually, thinking about it, you know, when he pulled out the piece of the page out of the other pirate's pocket, you know, that did confuse me actually at the end. But thinking about it, it's probably a fake page, right? It was planted on him. The captain knew what was going to happen, or his quartermaster knew something was going to happen. So that actually explains why the prostitute at the end was trying to sell the page. So I was confused whether that scene was out of context. You know, that's what happened before. They actually all got back onto the boat, and you know that piece of paper was transferred up the ranks almost. But no, that makes sense. I mean, with that being the case, obviously we're going to have to figure out how John Silver is going to pass that information over to the captain. Knowing that this haul is going to be worth approximately 5 million Spanish dollars, I'm sure he's going to want a piece of that pie. The issue is now, though, obviously he did bring in that prostitute with him. So, what's she going to get from it? She's trying to sell it to another ship. To the shipmates that punched the woman she was with anyway. So, loyalty issues, I think. I don't know. I mean, overall, I did really enjoy it. There's a lot I don't know about the lore, so maybe I should look up a bit about Treasure Island. I don't know. I don't know if that'd be beneficial or that'd ruin the surprise of it. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments if you think I should. But yeah, I mean, thanks for watching, I guess.